We're here to talk about how to do large development projects. The focus is redeveloping existing built-up cities. And urban places, typically with local traditions, a long history, could be anywhere from 15 to 100, 200 acres. In American cities, it would tend to be large sites that were formerly industrial or rail yards, a waterfront that may have been redeveloped several times. Each city is unique, each location one of a kind. There's much to be learned from existing resources, including the past and history. You don't really have to start from scratch at all. In fact, you don't want to. We are trying, above all, to make real places, not projects. We are relying on precedents. We want the buildings, as you see here, to look like the real Washington, D.C. In this case, not the federal D.C., we could have done that, but this is the real neighborhoods where brick is a very important part of the city's legacy. There's so much to learn from others, whether it's nearby in the same region or from afar, of learning from precedents. Listening, learning, very important. So many of these things have been accomplished in many places. We want to rely on them. We're not trying to copy anything anywhere. We want to learn and interpret, and we don't need to reinvent the wheel. In every plan, we seek out at least 10 different environments that can begin to create a reason why people would want to stay longer, want to come back, visit more often, as there is in older cities where within a comfortable walk, you can encounter so many different experiences. We've lost a lot of that in modern development. And your focus is always on the ground floor first and foremost. That's where everybody engages the buildings. And walking is the defining measure of cities. That's how cities function. They may have the cars, the vehicles, the trucks, they need them, of course, but these are not the inspiration for the city design, city fabric, unless you maybe have cities that have been done in modern times, which are designed for moving traffic through real quickly, getting people in and out 9 to 5. All of the development that we're doing, the emphasis is always on the public realm. That's the way of making private value, but it is the public realm, the streets, the squares, the parks. This is an important part. So when we place an emphasis on creating the public realm, we have in mind making successful environments that are mostly enjoyed by the public, which obviously serve many of the private building purposes. The Wharf is a good example of the idea of combining public and private space places together as a partnership. Just like you go to design buildings, you have to know how they get built. Well, we have to know how to implement. And implement is where most of the large plans fail. And where they fail is how to get started. The genius of these large plans is the first phase. You only get one shot at a first phase, just like there's only one first impression. So these principles are a way of enabling everybody to how do you do this work. There's no prototype, no formulas. Take the principles and make something that's uniquely appropriate to this one place on earth. Listen to everybody, include all interests, all stakeholders. The more, the better, the more constraints, the better. All of that goes to make cities